Dinner always tasted off. Not bad, just slightly metallic, like the air after lightning. She cooked every night, said it made her happy. I used to believe her. Then came the dizziness. It started subtle, a faint pressure behind my eyes, a slow blur at the edges of things. Then the nausea, the heaviness, the black curtain that always followed. And she'd be there when I woke, sitting quietly beside the bed, eyes full of concern. Always the same line, "You overwork yourself." But last night, I didn't eat. I only pretended to. The thought had been gnawing at me for weeks. Something wasn't right. I'd begun noticing patterns, how she'd watch me after I finished eating, her gaze sharp, waiting for the moment my eyelids drooped. How she'd clear the dishes immediately, wash everything fast, as if scrubbing away evidence. Once I caught her staring at the pot long after I'd gone upstairs. Just standing there, lost in thought, her hand resting on the handle of a spoon. That night, I decided to test it. I hid the food under the napkin, scraped it quietly into a paper bag I'd kept beside the chair, pretended to chew, to swallow, to fade. When the room began to dim, not from dizziness, but from acting, I let my body slump. I heard her gasp, heard the faint shuffle of her chair, her breath quicken. Then the silence, a long, careful pause. Then her voice. "Yeah," she whispered, voice low but steady. "He's out again." It worked. My heart froze. A click. She was on speaker. Another voice replied, male, calm, deliberate. "Good. Keep the dosage small. Don't rush it. We don't want suspicion." My body stayed still, but inside, everything cracked. She sighed. "I can't keep pretending much longer. He still thinks I love him." A short laugh from the other end. "You're almost free. Once it's done, we'll sell the house and disappear. No one will ask questions about a heart attack." The sound that left me wasn't a gasp. It was something quieter, something primal. My hands itched to move, to grab, to end. But I didn't. Not yet. She was still talking, her tone soft, familiar, the same voice that once whispered, "I love you," before sleep. Only now it was saying, "He's become suspicious lately. I'll have to be careful." My pulse thundered behind my closed eyes. I heard her footsteps approach, felt her hand touch my wrist, check my pulse. I kept it slow, controlled. She exhaled, relieved, then walked away. The door closed, and I finally opened my eyes. I didn't sleep, didn't move until dawn. When she came down in the morning, I was sitting at the table, calm, collected, my coffee untouched. She smiled. "Morning. You were out cold last night." I looked up from the paper. "Yeah," I said, matching her tone. "Must have been the long week." She poured herself tea. Her hands trembled, barely, but I noticed. While she chatted about the day, I studied her every word, every hesitation. She had no idea that the night had already buried her. After she left for work, I took the hidden bag from the bin and sealed it. The local clinic owed me a favor. By evening, I had the results. Traces of a sedative, low dosage, cumulative, unprescribed. Poison in slow motion. I sat there in the car, staring at the paper, the words smearing through my vision. She hadn't been trying to hurt me quickly. She'd been trying to make it look natural. That night I cooked dinner. For both of us. She was surprised, even touched. "You're full of surprises tonight," she said, smiling. "Yeah," I replied, sliding the plate toward her. "Just wanted to do something special." She ate happily, talked about mundane things, her job, her friends, meaningless noise. Halfway through, I looked at her and said softly, "You ever feel dizzy after dinner?" She froze. A tiny flicker of fear crossed her face before she masked it. "No, why?" "Just curious," I said, taking a slow sip of water. "It's strange. Every time you cooked, I did." Her fork paused. I watched her swallow hard. "What do you mean?" I smiled. "Nothing." But I saw the calculation start, the flickering behind her eyes, the panic buried under calm. She didn't finish her plate. 10 minutes later, she said she felt unwell and excused herself. I stayed at the table, listening to her footsteps fade upstairs. The sedative worked faster than expected. I found her in the bedroom, lying on her side, breathing shallow. She wasn't dying, I made sure of that, just weak enough to listen. Her eyes opened slowly when I sat beside her. "What did you—" I leaned in close. My voice was calm, almost gentle. "Don't worry. It's the same dosage you gave me. I just wanted you to understand what it feels like. The edge of darkness, the helplessness. It's poetic, isn't it?" She tried to speak, but her tongue failed her. I set the report on the nightstand. The clinic's results, her poison exposed in black and white. Her eyes flicked to it, wide, pleading. Tears began to form. I stood. "Don't worry," I said quietly. "You'll live. But you'll wake up alone." I took my coat, my keys, and the small envelope of pills I'd found hidden behind the sugar tin. As I left, I turned back one last time. "You almost got away with it." The words came out steady, stripped of emotion, because there was none left to give. I didn't call the police, didn't tell anyone. Letting her live with what she'd done, that was punishment enough. By morning, I was gone. New address, new number, new life. Sometimes I imagine her waking up, realizing she'd become the thing she built for me. Trapped, powerless, alone. The world would think I'd disappeared. She'd know better. Some truths don't need witnesses, only silence. And in that silence, I finally stopped feeling dizzy.